sir.
There's no problem. There's no problem. So since he has gotten it, just follow through, okay? Yes, just follow through. Mr. Victor.
Yes.
Okay, you are set now, right? So we can take off, right?
Yes.
You can take off. Okay, so we are going to start with creating formulas. I'm coming. Okay, let me share my screen. So everybody's seeing my screen now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the first thing that we are going to do now is we are going to, you are seeing the tables that we have. This is a sales table. You are seeing the month from January to June. You know, they are the sales that the organization made from January to June. And we're also seeing the overhead. Like in January, they made the sales of 120, whether it is, you know, in millions of dollars or what. Then the overhead was 100. The profit of course is 20. Okay, the profit is 20. Yeah. And now, if you have this thing and they ask you to calculate the percentage increase between January and February and March, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
You are seeing the profit that was made. And if you are given this sheet and asked to calculate the percent increase, this is the percent increase here. Okay, are we together here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you're asked to calculate the percent increase, we to know the difference between what was done in January and what was done in February and what was done in March, there is a formula that we are going to use to do that. And that formula is quite simple. That formula says the new amount, okay, the new amount minus the old amount divided by the old amount. Okay, are we together?
Yes.
I would like to tell everybody, if you are here, if you are getting what I'm saying, just respond so I will know that we are together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay,
so now if you go to percent increase here, for January, there is no change at all. So we are still going to retain that 20. We are still going to retain that 20. The percent increase in January, because there was no, you are not comparing 2 months now, it's still going to be 20. Then the percent increase in February is going to be equal to the new amount minus the old amount divided by what? The old amount, which is 20. Did you get it now? If you want to, the mathematical formula for arriving at percent increase is always the new value minus the old value divided by the old value. You're getting it now?
So there's no times 100.
You said?
There's no times 100 over 1.
No, you don't need that. You don't need that. This is just percent increase. The mathematical formula for percent change or percent increase is always the new value minus the old value divided by what? The old value. So if we respond to me, what is going to be, what is the new value in this cell? This is now. It's going to be equal to 50, right? Which is the new value. Are we together?
Yes.
50
yes.
Minus what?
30.
30 divided by what?
30.
Beautiful. That is it. Divided by 30. So if you just want to do it, you just drag it. You know, drag it to this place. And now Excel has a way of, you know, understanding what you want to do. So because it has seen how we did this one, seen how we did the second one, immediately you drag it, it corrects it. You understand what I'm trying to say? it copies the formula you use for this one and helps you to find out the values for this other one. So you don't necessarily need to come and start doing it one by one until you get to the end. And how do I know that I'm correct? The way I know that I'm correct is if I add all these things, if I add 20 plus 29 plus 49 plus 49 plus 84 plus 79, it is supposed to give me, let me see. Okay, I think something is missing. Let me check it again. Yeah. This is C4. Okay. C4.
95.
Okay, it did not drag well. Let me just fix it up. Is equal to this minus this over this. The same thing. Okay, this minus this over this. Okay, is equal to this minus this over this. Okay. Okay, it's correct. It's correct. So that is how to do percent increase. That's how to calculate percent increase. The next thing that we are going to look at is absolute references. Please just follow me.
If you have a question, sir.
Okay,
yes, sir. On the percentage increase now.
Yes.
We know that we all know that is a system. Anything can go wrong. A data can be very wrong or a little infringing. Now, how do I verify that I am correct after dragging? Is there any data I can use, or I still have to do this one by one check? Assuming I'm having 10,000 data.
Okay. How you will know that you are correct is, for instance, let me show you something. Let's go to this one. Is called year-to-date profits. Okay, this is year-to-date profits. I will show you something. For instance, it is telling you what is the profit that you have made so far. As of January, the profit only was what? 20. Are you getting it? 20.
Yes,
but in February, the profit was equal to this 20 plus this 30. Are you getting it now? You can now drag it. If you drag it like this and bring it to June, did you now see that your total amount in June is 295?
Yes.
And did you also see that the total profit is 295?
Okay, yes.
You understand? So when you look at this now, this tells you that your calculation is correct. That the year-to-date profits as at June, which is last month, comes to the same total. But for this one, it's correct. You don't necessarily, this 290 does not necessarily need to be equal to 295 because all we are checking here was percent increase. So it mustn't be correct. It mustn't correspond to the total sum. Okay. You get it now? But the most important thing is for your formula to be correct.
Okay.
Which is equal to new minus old divided by what? Old. New
all right, sir.
Old divided by old. That is just the formula for percent increase.
That's okay, sir. So once again, the formula for the year-to-date profits is what?
The formula for the year-to-date profit is just the profit of the last month plus the profit of the current month. It is like something that is cumulative. You made a profit in January and you made a profit in February. The total profit you have made in 2 months is the profit of January plus the profit of February.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so let's continue. Another thing that we are going to look at is this. Let me clean up this thing. Mr. Victor, are you following me with your own with the sheets?
Yes, I'm following you with the sharing. Yes.
Okay, now so let us say you are working in an office and you are working in the accounts department of that office, and they say that okay, we want to increase people's salary in that office by 1,000 naira. Okay, you are seeing the old salary. For instance, the old salary for Lisa is how much? How much are you seeing there?
It's 4,550.
Beautiful. So if they say that they are going to increase the salary of everybody by 1,000, Lisa's new salary is going to be what? What is going to be the formula for Lisa's new salary?
E3 plus.
Okay, there is an old salary, but
Okay.
the organization that you are working in wants to increase people's salary by 1,000. So what is going to be the formula that we'll use to increase Lisa's salary to get the new salary that she will be receiving?
Madam.
It's basically going to be now, it's going to be
E3 plus 1,000, then you drag down.
It's going to be equal to E3, thank you so much, plus 1,000, and then you drag down. Everybody has been settled. Is that correct? Everybody has been settled. But what if they said, no, we don't want to do it like that. We want people to receive percentage. What if they say, we want to increase people's salary by 20%? We want to increase people's salary by 20% of what they are going to receive now, what they are receiving currently. What that would mean is that the new formula for salary, the new salary will now be is equal to the old salary times 20. Are we together? Plus the old salary. Are you confused?
Come again.
It is going to be the old salary times the 20% increment plus the old salary. Do you agree or you don't agree?
I agree.
You agree.
But what I don't know is how you wrote the 20%.
No, I'm just the 20% is just I just guessed it. It can be 15%. It can be anything. Let me even change it.
No, what I mean, how you do it? Did you write 20.0 and then put the percentage sign?
Okay, how I wrote it.
Yes.
Well, you can do it. You can do. I think you can write 20 and then make that value to become percentage. I understand your question. I understand your question. No, this is not it. I think it's custom. You write 20%. I just wrote 20 and then write percentage. Automatically, the cell type changed to percentage. Do you understand?
Yes.
You get right?
Okay, I get you.
So you understand the formula that I used to get this new salary now? Okay. However, do you think if I drag your own and see if it is successful? And tell us the experience, what you experienced when you dragged it. What happened when you dragged it?
I've not done that yet.
Okay, you have not done it. Okay, if you drag it, it is not going to work well. You know why?
No.
What is going to happen is, you remember that this formula for Lisa, which is Lisa's own, was the old salary times 20 plus the old salary. So now, if you go and drag it, what is going to happen is that the one for Hector is now going to be the old salary times the cell below 20. Are you getting the point now?
Okay.
You understand? The cell below 20. If you go to Jonathan, you see where Jonathan's own is pointing.
Yes.
If you go to Weber, you see where his own is pointing. So it is going to give you a very erroneous figure. It is going to give you a very erroneous figure. And the only way to avoid that kind of mess up is you need to use absolute references. I'm trying to teach you absolute references now.
Okay.
How do you do absolute reference? Absolute reference means that when I drag it, all these other ones will still go and reference this cell H2, not going below it. All of them will be referencing cell H2 instead of going below it. Do you get? So how do we make a cell to become reference? You highlight that H2 inside the formula, in the one that is the first one, and you click on function F4.
Sir, please take it again.
You highlight that reference in the formula, that cell in the formula, and you click function F4. Are we clear? Victor, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Did it work in your own?
I'm following you. I may not be able to be doing both at the same time.
Okay, no problem. So now, when we drag it, what you will see is that the formula should not become correct. All of them, now, see, all of them are referencing H2. You understand? So
yes,
if the organization wants and say, okay, we don't want to work with 20% again, we want to work with 10%, they can see change it and everything will just change automatically. That is how to do absolute cell references. All right? Okay, let's go over to Latin and talk. Do you have a question?
No, I just wanted to be very, very sure of this. Now, you've changed this 20% to 10%.
Yes.
And it's like automatically all of this column changed.
Of course not, because everything is referencing this cell. They're not referencing 20%. They're referencing
the cell
H2. And what cell H2 contains is 20%. If I change it to 50%, they will still change.
Okay, now I get you, sir. I get you, sir.
So let us continue.
Yes.
I want to show us how to quickly sum up data. If quickly sum up data. For instance, these are data, let's say these are cells for a year, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. To sum up this, okay, one of my very senior friends have joined us. Welcome, sir. Welcome, Mr. Wenger. You're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we just started. Okay. Okay, I was talking about how to sum up data. For instance, you have this data that shows records for first quarter, second quarter. How do you quickly sum up this data? You can easily just highlight all of them. When you highlight them, you go to AutoSum. Are you seeing AutoSum on my screen? You go to AutoSum. If you don't want to go to that AutoSum, you just click on alternate and equal to on your keyboard. Alternate and equal to, I believe we have our jotters there. If you click on alternate and equal to, it just gives you the total of that. It gives you the total of that. Another way you can use and sum up is, for instance, when you come to this one that we have that talks about domestic, Europe, Asia, and Latin America, you highlight all the data. When you want to sum up, you don't need to come and start summing up one by one. It's not necessary. There is no need for that work. What you just do is you highlight them and give one column space here. You give one column space here where it will summarize it for you, and give one row space here where it will summarize it for you. Let me show you what I mean. When you have highlighted them and have given these spaces, still click on that alternate and equal to, and it sums up everything for you. It does the work for you. That is how it works. That is how this AutoSum works. It helps makes your work faster and then less cumbersome. I don't know if there is any question. Hello?
None from here.
Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, let's look at other functions. let's look at other functions. We are looking at this salary now, and we want to find out who has the highest salary. Let me clean up all these things. We want to
Hello,
find
sir.
out. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I'm so sorry, sir. I don't know. My network just logged me off. I had to rush back.
No problem. You miss.
I
Okay. You miss what we are talking about.
Yes, the sum of data.
Okay. Let me just go back for your sake. Let me go back.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Well, if you want to sum up data, like we have these figures that were for various quarters, and you want to sum them up, you don't need to. There is a function that we can use for that purpose. That function is called AutoSum. Okay.
Okay.
AutoSum. You can look at it on my keyboard. You are seeing my screen, right? This is it here. This is it. If you come and highlight all these figures and go and click on AutoSum, it gives you the sum. So you don't need to come and start trying to use formula and doing it manually. Another data set is also here. We have values from January to June for these different continents. If you want to summarize these values here, you can highlight all of them and give